Hey, so today I'll be showing you how I do typo. So the first thing you want to do is just have your clip here. Turn on motion blur. So I'll be taking this clip. I want to press Ctrl Shift Alt and C to make a camera layer. Press OK. Press OK again. You want to just split this. And press Ctrl Shift Alt Y to make a null layer. And just copy the null layer a bunch of times. I think this should be enough. I want to parent your camera layer to the null layers and parent your nulls to the one above. Okay, so you kind of just have to decide where you want to have your text appear. What I like to do is add some markers from here and just drag them somewhere around here. It doesn't have to be precise. You can always adjust it later when you're done with it. So before I will actually start to make the text, I just want to have the transitions done or where the text should appear, right? So the first thing you want to do is go over to your null layer, press P, make sure you split this in separate dimensions. Oh yeah, also don't forget to check the 3D layers like this. Now you want to click the stopwatch on the Z position. And I kind of want the text to appear here, so I'll just move it somewhere around here. Copy this keyframe by pressing Ctrl C. And I wanted to end it somewhere around here. Just okay. Go to your last keyframe and zoom this out. Kind of like this. Okay. Go back to your first keyframe and also check on X and Y position. Go back to the last keyframe and you kind of just want to have it set up the way you prefer it to, but you can just follow me right now. Also check the X orientation. Press the Z orientation, sorry. And also copy that keyframe. Adjust that the way you want it to. And you should have something like this, right? If it's hard to follow, yeah, delete the X orientation, that was my fault. The rotation, that was my fault. If it's hard to follow, you can always pause the video. I'm not really good at making tutorials, honestly, but I'll try. Okay, so now highlight all the markers. And press F9 to easy erase them. Go to your graph and make sure it's set on speed. I like to make all of them kind of evenly, so make sure you select all of them and press Shift and just drag them kind of like here. And you should have something like this, right? It's a little bit too fast. Ooh. It's a little bit fast, so I might just move it somewhere over here and let's see how that looks. That's a little bit better. You can always adjust it. If you don't want it to move so fast, you can just move it back like this, right? But I think I will keep it like this for now. So let me just check again. Yeah, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. Okay, for the next transition, I don't want it to end here actually. I kind of want it to end somewhere here right now, but it doesn't matter. You pretty much want to do the same. Press P, make sure you separate dimensions. Make sure you highlight all of them. Press R. Press the Z rotation. Copy all of these keyframes and kind of have them one frame before the last one, right? Okay. I kind of want to do the same thing but like a reverse pretty much. So I'll have this somewhere here. Make sure you zoom this out again. Just a little bit more. Just have this move a little bit more up. Make sure the rotation's like this. Kind of want this more over here. No, it's fine. Now you should be having something like this, right? So just easy ace them. I pretty much want to do the same thing, but this time I kind of wanted to move this a little bit further and have it like this. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's a lot better. Yeah, that's kind of how I want it right now. Make sure you always save because sometimes it crashes, and if you don't save, you lose it. So right now we're just going to add the text, right? So press Ctrl T. Have your text. By the way, if you want to know the font that I'm using right now, it's Gotham Light. And just press the text you want. Make sure it's in all caps. I mean, you don't have to do this, but make sure you check the 3D layer and also your motion blur. Also, split your text evenly because I have OCD. Make sure with the text that you press P, and make sure you zoom, you scale this out like this. I kind of wanted that. This should be okay. And this is the part where you just position your text the way you want, right? So kind of have this here, and don't worry, it will look better with drop shadow on it. Okay. I'll just scale this a little bit to like 150. And when it zooms out, you want the second text right here, right? So what you want to do is first we're just going to add drop shadow to your text, right? So make sure you select this. You don't want to make any mistakes. I have some presets. just it's just as drop shadow. Just copy my settings, it doesn't matter. But you see, it looks already a lot better with the drop shadow on it. And what I do then is add my glow. Like this, right? Well, it looks different when you put the glow on before the drop shadow. Now it would look more like this. It's honestly just preference, right? I would say put it over the drop shadow. Yeah, I will just put it over the drop shadow. Okay. Now make sure you copy your text layer like this and type in the other text you want. In my case, it's just I, but it doesn't matter, right? Select your second text layer and position it the way you want to position. So make sure you rotate this. In my case, I'm going to scale this to 200. And make sure you also, make sure the position's also higher, like maybe double the size of the other one. Or maybe not double, but still. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let me see that again. See, that looks way better. By the way, if you don't want this to be like in front of here, you can clearly see it, right? You can either use opacity by pressing T and have this. I have the opacity kicking when it's scaling like this, right? Make sure you copy this and copy this and paste this like here, and make sure the first frame, the first keyframe is 0, and it will look a lot better like this. You can also just move. You can also just move it like this, and it would be wouldn't get in your way that much. But I prefer to use opacity, right? And you should have something like this. So what I like to do is copy your clip and paste it. Go to the last clip, the clip under there, and scale it by, make it like 110. No, 115. No, 110, I'm sorry. And what you want to do then is add the drop shadow. I'm sorry, add drop shadow to the first clip. Like this. I'll make the opacity like, just copy my settings, right? I'll just make the opacity like 0.5, kind of like this. Then copy this drop shadow and paste it. And just reverse the Shift X and the Shift Y. So -12, -12. I should have something like this. Make the last clip like 105. I should get something like this, right? You've probably seen this before. Also make the opacity of the last clip, I would say 75. 75 or 50. It's really up to your preference, honestly. I think I like it at 50, so I'll keep that way. Let me see how it looks at 35. Yeah, I'll keep it at 50. We should have something like this, right? See, and that looks a lot better. Okay, now for the actual transitions. After you've done all of that, make sure you select all of this. Press Ctrl Shift C. Pre-comp this. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Make sure you select these two and then pre-comp this. Okay. Press Ctrl Shift Alt Y. Split this. It's just make no layers, right? Then copy the no layers a bunch of times and make sure you parent this. Don't forget to highlight motion blur, right? And this is where we start to make our zoom in, because as you can see, I'm going to have to do a zoom in. Press scale. I think this should be right. I think this should be fine. I'm going to make the value like 15. Don't worry about this, I'll fix that later. Make sure you easy ace, go to your graph. Make sure you select your value graph. Don't forget to press here. And just follow what I do. Or do the graph you want to do, it doesn't really matter. Kind of like this. Okay, add motion tile. This is the motion tile I use, it's just a preset, but if you want to use your motion tile, because I assume you do it in like 1080p, just make sure these two are like 500, right? That's all you need to do. And also check mirror edges, of course. And we should have something like this. You still have a bit of motion tile right here. Don't worry about this. Just make this one like 105 or 115. I always make this like 115. So, because I always add my shake, and it also my shake kind of ruins it. And that's pretty much it, honestly. You can always add your shake, of course. Kind of like here. Kind of like this. You kind of just have to adjust it the way you want it to, but just make the values a little bit lower, and that's it. Okay, so I just lowered the values of my shake a little bit, and it kind of looks like this right now. See, that's a lot better. So yeah, that's pretty much from my typo tutorial. I'm sorry if this was a little bit confusing or just a little bit fast. But if you have any questions, you can always ask me. You can always DM me on Instagram. I'll mostly answer, right? Hey, so I'm planning to give away one of my project files, and I was wondering which one you would want me to give away for free. If you have any ideas, just leave it down below in the comments, and thank you for watching.